All right. Hi everyone, this is Starr Ravenhawk again, and this one I wanted to kind of speak about. People ask us all the time, like, what do you mean by you create sacred space? Why do you guys create sacred space? And usually they say, why do witches create sacred space? I would have to say pagans in general, because not all witches are pagans, and not all pagans are witches. They're all different traditions and paths. So it depends on what it is, but as a witch, I'm going to speak from that perspective. We create sacred spaces. I guess you can relate it to in the sense of churches and temples. You've got the synagogues out there and the churches out there. When you enter, I don't know much about synagogues in the sense I've never entered one, but in terms of churches, I've been in many churches, especially the Catholic Church. They've got what you call a sacred space, and it's done so well that the minute you open that door and you walk into that church, you feel like you've stepped into sacred ground or sacred space, literally. So the door opens and you walk through, and right away you're hushing and you're quieting and you're walking in and you're giving it respect. They have already created that sacred space, that church wall and everything that they have, that grounds and everything like that. They have built that sacred space in there so much that you walk in and you're right stepping into it. For witches, because we do not have that physical building as yet, I would love to have us have that, because then we would have an erected sacred space that's always there. But we don't. So we have to now create a circle of sacred space that we create in the same way, and we give it that realm, because when you step into that church, honestly speaking, you do step into that realm of sacred. So we as witches, when we do our circle and we cast our circle, we are creating that realm of sacred wherever we are. We're erecting those walls the same way they have done so. The differences are we remove our walls when we're releasing the circle. So here we are, and we create that circle. We're kind of what we will consider stepping into another realm, the same way as when you step into that church. As you cast a circle, you feel that sacredness happen. You feel that calming happens, the same way that you would when you when you stepped into that church. Some people say, actually, it's part of the whole thing is not just creating that sacred space that you step into, but that barrier of protection. Because again, that church wall is a barrier of protection from the elements, from negative people, from negative things around them. They've already created that. So we create that when we cast a circle, that sacred space. So it's kind of like stepping back or stepping into that other realm. And you treat it the same way that you would treat when you're walking through the doors of that church. With utmost respect, you see it as that sacred space that we've created. And usually it's outdoors in the summertime or in the warm weather. Indoors, in whatever space that you are able to rent, we do that there. We would love to have that building, like I said, we're working on that. And the same way, when someone's coming in late to a church and they quietly step through the door, yeah, people notice, because it kind of breaks up that sacredness of it. It breaks up, it creates that little rift when people open that church door and they're coming in all late and tippy-toeing. You feel it there. So the same thing happens when people when they come in late and they try to step through our circle without, speaking to one of us, or at least alerting us or something. So what we have done is we have a tendency that we would stop, and we would have our guard or guardian that guards the door, that they will open the door for them, that realm door, and allow them to come in and close the door off and invite them in to be part of that sacred space. And then that way it does not create that rift or that ripple effect of breaking the circle. And then as we leave, we're releasing that circle down, because we're leaving that space and that time and that realm. And unlike the church, when they close their door, we're doing similar things like that. Until you release the circle, close it up, and we say thank you, and we walk away. So and that's the reasons why we do our sacred space, casting of our circle, simply to do that. Alright? And thank you for listening. And if you need to get a hold of me, you can reach me at charmedbystar@hotmail.com, and please do check us out at www WiccanFamilyTemple.org. Thank you.